Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. And yeah, we are straight back into Icarus and the progression. Taking out a wolf. Why not? Got to do hunting, got to level up. Level 8 is okay. Level 10 is where we want to get to. Then level 15. And then close to level 20 as we can get. It's a standard regular. It is a lot of grinding that's got to be done. But in this session, I'm going to concentrate a fair bit on upgrading the shack to masonry. Means we've got to get the masonry bench and expanding it. So sit back and enjoy the fun. or the grind, whichever way you want to look at it. Appreciate you all being here. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and dingle dangle that notification bell. Set it to all, so that when we release a video, you get notified. If you're new to the channel, it's a free way to show support, which is greatly appreciated. And thank you to all the new subscribers, greatly appreciated. I did not notice the second wolf, so things got a little bit scary, yeah? Thankfully, a Surtur kit, or not even a Surtur kit, just a standard bandage was... I'd only just unlocked that as one of the options in the menu, in the blueprints, so thankfully I was able to cure myself, but yeah. A lot of going backwards and shooting. Up close attacks like that are best dealt with a knife, preferably an iron knife or a bone knife. A bone knife is really good for up close and personal. Thankfully it wasn't too bad, and this was during a storm as well, so it was a little bit silly of me to attempt it, but as you know by now, I don't do the conventional way of things. Finally get the crafting bench, so that's all good. Immediately to the water holder or rain holder or whatever it's called, anvil bench, and then the oxidizer and the oxygen bladder. This makes life so much easier having that oxygen bladder. You don't have to worry about filling up with the oxide into your hot bar or into your oxygen bar. Straight in. With the oxygen bladder, it uses the yellow stuff, sulfur and oxide. Put an oxygen bladder in and fills it up for you, and it lasts a long time. Couple that with a couple of talent points for less oxygen use and things like that. Makes that oxygen bladder last an incredible amount of time. So at this point now that I'm looking at potentially upgrading all the walls, everything that is wood, to masonry or stone, requires an enormous amount of stone, particularly the plans that I have planned for the expansion, which I will show you a little later on. My thoughts are across the river, using water wheels to provide electricity and so on. So right now it is a huge amount of stone collecting. This has to be one of my most favorite upgrades. Oh yeah, look at that. Jump doggy jump. Love that. Absolutely fantastic way to level up. Not only once, but it happens again. So at this point, with 5 usable points, I'm just trying to think what is the best option going forward. I know that I'm going to need the anvil. That's going to help me get like epoxy and all that sort of stuff. Not the anvil, sorry. The anvil's going to allow me to get nails, which is going to allow me to make the cement, not the cement blocks, but the stone, the masonry, but I also need to upgrade my weapons. So that's why I went straight for the longbow, a little bit more accuracy, rate of fire, all that sort of thing. Anvil's already got, so it's just a case of deciding on a pickaxe or an axe or maybe both. Obviously the crafted bench is in tier 3. We haven't gotten there yet, but we'll be soon enough. So it's just a case of trying to figure out what is the best ones to go for, to unlock, for things to be used. So it takes a bit of time to go through everything to see what all the levels are. Eventually I do decide. So up here, just not too far away from the dropship or my base location, there's a small little cave. There's enough in there to sort of get started with some iron, copper, and some of the more expensive stuff that we haven't got the equipment for yet. It's usually a 1 to 2 worms in this cave, so it's not too bad. What I would suggest to anybody that's starting out the game for the first time is to get the Icarus Intel interactive map. It is a really fantastic map. They've got everything. I do believe it is IcarusIntel.com, something like that. Anyway, it's free to use. It's highly recommended. It's got all the map locations, how many worms, what the ores are, and where the exotic geezers are, and all that sort of stuff. Definitely worth it. Definitely helps out a hell of a lot. as is the norm for this solo points. I concentrate a lot on upgrading or leveling up the stamina and the health. Those are the two, always the two that I always focus on. At this point I decided I've had enough of doing this during every single storm, and as you can see there's another 2 more days of this madness to come. So it's all guns blazing after this point to level up as quickly as possible to get the masonry bench to start upgrading everything to stone. So that was a textile bench, which is going to allow me to create the leather backpack, which increases the capacity that I can carry and weight too. A very useful little thing. When you unlock certain armor, the blueprints, that's where it gets made in the textiles bench. Huge. From here on in, I reckon 1 to 10 levels, blueprints. 1 to 10 is kind of like easily achieved. 10 to 15 gets a little bit tricky, not too bad, but 15 to 20 is difficult, and then 20 plus it takes a hell of a lot longer, more grinding, but you got better weapons and so on. So killing things and resource gathering things is a lot easier. Extremely lucky during this stage to not actually get any lightning strikes or fires. It's unheard of for me. It's happened a fair bit for me. Just really lucky in this instance. I didn't get any of them with any of the wood structures. The salting station has to be one of the best new items that they've added. Salting the meat makes it delay the spoiling for a fair while. And you can do that on vegetables too, so it's very handy. Ah, the masonry bench. This is where it completely and utterly changes. When you get this done, it is the best thing ever. This and the cement mixer. Oh, happy days. Happy days. Plus the carpentry bench to go with it. Eventually use that for interior wood flooring, which you've seen in some of my other videos. I use that a hell of a lot. Just looks nice rather than the stone. It's a nice contrast between the stone and the wood flooring. It makes everything, in my mind, feel more comfortable on the feet. And here we go. This is it. This is where we start making those stone beams to get that support, which is more important than getting complete and utter stone structure. That'll come within the next upgrade. As soon as I level up, that's the very first thing, is the walls. So here we go, we're upgrading the beams right now. Better structural support. As my good friend Grottos said, it supports, it's best used for supports for levels 1 and upwards, if you're going to do higher levels, which eventually we will do, so I'm just pre-planning here. Now I'm laying out the area which I'm going to be concentrating on the expansion, where I'm expanding to. Some of the stuff that I do just comes to me as and when, rather than pre-planning stuff. But suffice to say, this instance, a little bit of pre-planning just for the foundation support. I'm actually racing against time here doing this. Wasn't the greatest or cleverest idea to do this right now in the dark with the weather. It could potentially be a disastrous move, but I took a gamble and, yeah, you know, why not work through the night and make it happen. decided to do a nice sort of like big bay window here. It changes a little later on, but it looks kind of good. And you might be asking, but why do you do stone? Why do you do wood first and then stone and all that sort of stuff? Well, it's racing against the time, as I said. So just getting things done. Eventually, upgrade all the wood to stone. And the reason why I put a window here and on the other side is so that I can still get access to the rain reservoir without having to go outside. Easy to get water that way. I really struggled with this part, putting these little triangular pieces in. Triangular pieces, I was trying to say. It was kind of difficult at first, but with the weather approaching, I was getting kind of rushed to do it. But it actually works out really well because I put the fireplace within this sort of like raised roof area, and it actually works out perfectly. So the question, you might be asking is, well, why didn't you just do it in stone first? Well, again, I was racing against the time. With the bad weather, it can damage your equipment. Some equipment can get lost. Like if you leave your biofuel generator outside and it gets damaged by the weather, it is gone. Gone. It is not good. Yes, this is what I was talking about, placing the fireplace. It just actually worked out really, really well. Chimney will go all the way up to the roof and out. It just works great. A nice little like entrance sort of coming into the... There's no longer a shack, is it? Look, it's all stone now. So it's it's not a fire hazard. So it all kind of works out just fine the way it is. So immediately chosen the interior flooring. Again, look through the possibility of either better food buffs or health generation or stamina or so on. I always take my time because there's only a limited amount of points, so I want to make sure I get that right. So here we go with the expansion now leading outside from the back end of the house, the new expansion area. That's where we are going to have a walkway going all the way to the other side eventually. And then we are going to basically put one square flooring down plus another square. And then we're going to go up on the right hand side over there. And the water wheels as close to the windows as possible. So right there, we'll put another square up, and then we'll leave that gap all the way closest to the window open so we can put the water wheels in, get access to the water wheels from the windows, not have to worry about heading outside. Ultimately, we could actually even cover it. It's not about being outside, really. We could actually just cover it, and maybe we will. I haven't quite decided yet. These things change as it gets designed. Better cement blocks and all that sort of stuff. One of the things I do need to concentrate on is putting some cement or masonry underneath, just to give some support, because everything hanging like that is kind of a little bit tricky. Heavy objects can damage the wood and you can lose your equipment. That is not an option. I spot a bear, and I think, okay, might as well give it a go. One miss. Hit. Alright, bear is angry. Get the mower bird instead with one kill. It's brilliant. Same rule applies. A little bit of strafing right, a little strafing left. Don't panic. There we go. He's slow. And there we go. Left and right. Just keep shooting until he's done. Don't rush it, take your time. And one more, that'll do it. Nice facepalm, buddy. There we go, first bear with this character killed. there we go. All the windows in, everything is looking good. Nice clean floors, stone walls, stone roof, protected against elements, lots of support. And there we go. And thank you for your support. It's greatly appreciated. We'll see you next time round. Be cool, be kind, be weird, be whatever it is you want to be. Peace out.